welcome. I can't think of anybody more highly qualified for this position than you, and thank you for taking the job, having been First Lady and a Senator and now a Cabinet official. By the end of this 4 years, you might qualify to run for the House of Representatives.
John Quincy Adams did, remember? Yeah.
Just in a different district. Don't take on Nita. We like her as well. I have a parochial issue I'm not going to waste time on. I would like, for the record, if I could get unanimous consent to ask or to submit some questions specifically about the Directorate of Defense Trade Controls. And it's a defense issue where exporters of defense items are being charged a fee because they want it to be 75% self-funded, and you've kind of wrapped up some of my small gun barrel exporters in Montana. It doesn't make any sense to have them up against the defense contractors when it comes to a fee. So I have some specific questions that I'm not getting answers from the State Department, and I would like to submit those for the record, if I might, please.
I'd be happy to enter into
Thank you.
record.
And then if I could ask two questions specifically. I want to kind of get back to our role as appropriators, and that is the Emerita Initiative and the 400 and I believe it's 65 million that we appropriated in July of '08. Some of it is very slow in getting out. We had Assistant Secretary Johnson in talking about all the various dates, but unfortunately some of those dates are being missed. I'd like you to speak specifically about that, and it plays into Montana, surprisingly, because we have a huge meth problem. And Mr. Siebel out there has the Montana Meth Project and is sweeping the country. He's helping to finance a public-private partnership, but a lot of that is coming from Mexico and other places, and I'd like you to speak specifically about the additional money you're requesting in relation to how it's not going out as timely as it could. And then my final question is the Millennium Challenge, and I happen to be a large supporter. I didn't see anything specifically in your testimony about the Millennium Challenge. You do talk about $448 million for assistance to developing countries. Is that Millennium, which wouldn't go very far based upon the financial obligations? And I just want to hear from you a little bit about your philosophy and the direction you kind of intend to take under the Obama administration as far as Millennium and not doing what we did in Somalia, walking away, Pakistan, some of the other countries, because it plays right into it, promises made and then promises not kept.
Thank you very much, Congressman. And I do understand your concern about the DDTC program, and we described the current policy in a letter that we sent back to you on April 17th, but I will also look into this and have our staff follow up with you. Obviously, you know, the goal is not to put anybody, any small business out of business. I mean, that's not the goal here. It is to try to deal with the costs of running this program, which is, you know, obviously a facilitating program for American business. On the Merida initiative, I share your frustration at how slow it has been getting the money out. Now, some of that reason, and I'm sure David Johnson talked to you about this, is, you know, we have to be sure we have in place the safeguards so that the money goes where we intend it to go. But that doesn't explain it. It's just too slow. And when I was in Mexico, that's what I heard from both the President and the Foreign Secretary, you know, saying, look, I mean, you say this is urgent, you say this is a big deal, but we're not getting the help we need even after the money gets appropriated. And I would like to work with this committee and in general, Chairman Obey, the entire Appropriations Committee, but obviously I have a parochial interest here in my appropriating partners here. We got to figure out why this takes so long. Why does this take so long? Now, if we don't want to do it, let's just say we don't want to do it. But if it's wending its way through the bureaucracy and it needs 900 sign-offs before a dollar is spent, we're just wasting time and we're losing ground. And because we aren't as agile as we need to be in a lot of these circumstances, I am seeing other countries, primarily China, fill that gap. You know, article today about Jamaica, right here in our own hemisphere, facing a financial shortfall because of the G20. It goes to Congresswoman Granger's question. You know, came to the United States. We said, well, you know, we don't have the money and we're not prepared to be able to help you. They went to China. And they've just signed a memorandum of understanding with China, giving them, you know, what would be not very much money. I don't remember exactly, maybe $150 million or something. And now they've got a government-to-government relationship with China. So Mexico needs our help. We should deliver the help. In the supplemental, we are providing funding for 3 Black Hawk helicopters for their public security secretariat to provide them urgently needed air transport. I went down and visited their new police academy. They're really trying hard to end the corruption, build morale, and an esprit de corps. And they told me, you know, they'd asked for the helicopters because they had budgeted to use the money on some other thing they need in this fight against the drug cartels, and, you know, just haven't gotten it. It's taken years. So let's try to get to the bottom of this, because you all do your work. You get it appropriated. I go around talking about what we need to do, and it's kind of hollow, and we're losing ground, and we're seeing particularly China come in right behind us because countries get tired of talking to our bureaucracy and decide they're going to cut deals with somebody else. Millennium Challenge grants are a very important part of our foreign policy. It is a new approach, and it's an approach that we think deserves support. We have to make sure that, just like anything else, it's part of our overall review of foreign aid, how it's working, how it can be better. But I think it's had a positive effect in a number of settings where it's encouraged people to, you know, make changes that we wanted them to make. So we're going to be looking closely at how we make it even better.